your Eastern Florida State College men's basketball team. And now please rise and move your hats to honor America as we play the national anthem. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for today's game. First, the visitors, FSC Jacksonville. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from Bowie, Maryland, number 2, Jordan Mitchell. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Jacksonville, number 25, Chris Clark. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from West Palm Beach, number 33, Eddie Davis. At forward, a 6'9" freshman from Daytona Beach, number 21, Johnny Brown. And at center, a 6'9" freshman from Birmingham, Alabama, number 4, Jadarius Eatman. The head coach of the Blue Wave is Frank Burnell. Fans, coaches, and players. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Eastern Florida State College men's basketball team. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Michigan City, Indiana, number 3, Johnny Bernard. At guard, a 5'10" freshman from Lauderdale Lakes, number 12, Brian Dugazon. At guard, a 6'3" freshman from Palm Bay, number 24, Brody Boyer. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from McKinney, Texas, number 0, Osai Osifo. And at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from the Netherlands, number 25, Kelvin Molina. The head coach of the Titans is Jeremy Shulman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Titan Fieldhouse here on the beautiful campus of Eastern Florida State College for this Mid-Florida Conference matchup between the Eastern Florida State College Titans and the Florida State College Jacksonville Blue Wave. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Warren, joined alongside by Cole Johnson, the rubber match of this Mid-Florida Conference showdown between these two teams, split at 1 apiece. Cole, what happened the last time these two teams met?
The last time these two teams met, imagine this, Mike. You're up by 1 with 5 seconds left. And the other team is shooting free throws. They miss both, but a late tip-in lets the Blue Wave escape this building with the win. You got to think that's still on the mind of these Titans.
Without a doubt. Starting lineups for today's contest, the Titans field Osai Osifo, the University of Florida commit, the 6'8" sophomore forward, Johnny Bernard, Brian Dugazon, Brody Breuer, and Calvin Polina as we are underway here from Titan Fieldhouse. Blue Wave will take it first. Jordan Mitchell gets the start today in front of Evan Busby. He's a little banged up. Blue Wave go to work. Arid pass from Eatman. Ball's loose. Looks like a loose ball foul.
You mentioned Evan Busby not being in this game. Keep an eye on his replacement, number 25, Chris Clark. Last game out, he scored 15 points, in that last game. So keep an eye out on that going forward.
Dugazan will set it up for the Titans. 3. Long by Polina.
You know, Polina's going to keep shooting that as long as he's open.
Blue Wave slow things down. Mitchell with Dugazan on him. Titans in man-to-man. Mitchell to Davis. Johnny Brown goes to work. Asifo on him. Johnny Brown up and in for 2.
Johnny Brown had quite the game last time. He had 19 points and 12 rebounds. And that matchup between him and Asifo should be really interesting for the rest of this game.
A battle in the low post. They go right at it. Asifo on the low block has a double team. Bernard attacks, goes with the right hand, draws the foul, can't get the hoop. He'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 25, Chris Clark, his first, team second.
And the foul will be on Chris Clark, his first, team second.
Strong take there by Johnny Bernard. Way to not get intimidated by the bigger man in the post.
Bernard's career high, 18 points at Snow College on November 14th. Successful on the first attempt. 81% from the line on the year, almost 82% really. And we're all knotted up at 2 apiece here from Titan Fieldhouse. 18:43 to play in the first half, 2-2.
And Bernard really taking advantage of the opportunities that's been put in front of him. He started the last 4 games, and he gets the first buckets on the board.
Corner 3 hoisted. Chris Clark couldn't get it to go. Here comes Dugazan. Titans look to push. Nice dime from Dugazan, down low to Bernard. Breuer thought about it. Back over to Dugazan. Baseline drive. Bernard. Polina, one more swing. Beautiful passing from the Titans. Corner 3. No, won't go. Asifo, man's board. Ball's loose. Clark brings it in, but one too many steps. That's a travel.
Well, Asifo, you like to see the fight down there, but he's got to find a way to control that board as fast as humanly possible.
Polina gets it in the corner. Out to Breuer. Polina goes to work. Brown on him, up and under, beautiful left hand.
Beautiful left hand hook there after the drop step to get him in perfect position for that bucket.
Polina had 12 points on 4 threes his last time out.
Mixing things up, doing a little bit of work in the post this time.
Clark, mid-range Jimmy, a lot of contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 3, Johnny Bernard, his first, team's first. Chris Clark to the line.
Clark hovers around 85% from the charity stripe. Mentioned earlier that this is the rubber match of this Mid-Florida Conference matchup. The last time these two teams played, a buzzer beater tip in off of a missed free throw landed the Blue Wave a big conference victory on the road. As we're all knotted up at 4 apiece again. Asifo on the low block. Double teams on Asifo. That might be a focal point all day for the Blue Wave. Dugazan. Mitchell on him, goes to work, right-handed, swatted. Boyer penetrates. Bernard with the shot clock expiring, did not get it off in time, violation.
Great defensive stand there by the Blue Wave. Making sure that first swatting Dugazan's shot away and then making sure that they got the 24-second violation.
And here comes Jordan Mitchell. Shot after the shot clock violation by the Titans. 14 on the shot clock. Mitchell, double team on him. Out to Johnny Brown, now to Clark. Wants a three, short. Rebound by Bernard. He'll take it himself. Clark on him. Boyer, the freshman. He started the last handful of games, giving the Titans some good production. Now over to Dugazon, he'll pull it out with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Polina, two-man action. Corner three, Johnny Bernard. In and out, rebound by Johnny Brown.
Got the shot they wanted, couldn't get it to fall though.
Clean look from the Titans, won't go. Blue Wave, a chance to respond. Clark down low. Strong move, no good. Polina with the board, here comes Dugazon. No numbers, gives it to Polina. Wants a three, buries it.
Good look by Dugazon to find the trailer, and Polina sharp shooting it up to start off this game.
Polina had 4 made threes, all 12 of his points last time out. So a little bit of momentum creeps into the Titans. Mitchell, now to Clark. Three from dead away. Count the basket and the foul. 4-point play opportunity for Chris Clark.
And Coach Schulman could not believe it. He thinks that Clark there took a little bit of a dive after that shot.
Maybe getting away with the new NBA rule, kicking the foot out after the jump shot call?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, just a tad, the old James Harden methodology.
Nonetheless, it results in 3 points and one more opportunity at the line for Clark. He makes good on that attempt. A 4-point play, 8-7 the score. Blue Wave hold one.
And Dugazon, when he is hot, he is on fire.
Dugazon penetrates the lob for Osifo. No, regathers and good.
Hey, it may not have been as pretty as you wanted it, but you'll take those 2 points.
We'll take him any way they can get him. Titans getting ready to make a substitution. Amar Tiganj getting ready to check in. Mitchell on over to Clark. Jadarius Eatman now. Eddie Davis goes to work. Boyer on him. Off the side of the backboard. Osifo with the board, and here come the Titans. Dugazon in the middle to Osifo. Elevates, and the foul.
Ooh, that didn't even look like it was hard for him to get up there.
I'll tell you something, Cole. When we were here in the summer covering the JA45 tournament, Asai Osifo took over. This man is what you would call a 5-tool player. He can do a little bit of everything and impact the game in more ways than one. You see the future Gator at the line, successful on his first attempt. Osifo averaging just over 11 per game, 7.5 rebounds a night as well. There's a reason the Gators want him in Gainesville. And Asai is perfect. That trip to the charity stripe, 11-8 the score. 14:30 to go in the first half. Full court pressure being applied by the Titans.
I spoke with Coach Lynn. They do that to mix it up a little bit and put a little bit more pressure on these on this Blue Wave offense.
Just trying to wear down the shot clock a little bit. Mismatch on the low block. Tried to go to Eatman, but arid pass. Boyer picks it up, and here comes Dugazon.
Dugazon has a career high of 40 that he dropped earlier this year, so he can fill it up with the best of them.
Tiganj into the game. Now to Osifo. He'll go to work. Pretty move by Osifo. Turnaround jumper, buries it.
Great move by Osifo. Way to stop on a dime and just rise up and bury it.
Titans up 5. Eatman, Polina on him. Nice move and good.
Love that drop step by Eatman to just great position for that lay-in.
Blue Wave cut the deficit to 3. Looks like the Blue Wave are in a matchup zone. Oh my Lord! Tenacious jam by Asai Osifo, put it on his head.
And what a beautiful dime by Dugazon to find Osifo cutting.
Backdoor action, Asaya Sifo makes it look easy. Titans back up 5. Eatman at the top of the, around mid-post area, excuse me. Dugazan with the steal, and here they come. Dugazan, Taganj. And they'll pull it back up and set up. Mitchell on Dugazan. Mid-range jumper, hard off back iron, rebound by Davis. I'll give it up to Mitchell to set it up. Some more subs getting ready to come in for the Titans. Michael Starks coming into the game. Mitchell, dribble drive, gets the foul, but no basket.
And you saw Johnny Brown had a mismatch. He was matched up against Dugazan right before that play. You want to try and see them get the ball to Brown in that case.
Fouls assigned to number 0, Asaya Sifo, his first, team's third. Mitchell hits on his first. Almost a platoon swap coming in for the Titans. Nick Alves into the game. You mentioned Starks. Boyer takes a breather. Jonathan Ned into the game, the future Georgia Bulldog, along with Starks, couple of Bulldogs in the making. Noah Lewis checks in for the first time as well.
Seen some quality free throw shooting to start this game. Not a miss between either team yet.
Starks over to Ned. Let's see what the platoon lineup can do for the Titans. Starks, 15 on the shot clock, to Ned. Wants a 3, hard off the iron. Back out to Ned. Fresh 20 for the Titans.
You see Alves was right there to just grab that board and get his team another possession.
Big time rebound from the redshirt freshman. Starks penetrates. Out to Alves for a 3, no. And that was the one thing, too, we got to talk about with Coach Lynn Cundiff, was that if they're not shooting the 3 well, it dictates a lot of their success.
Yeah. Great board by Taganj there.
Taganj on the other end, a 3. Short. Ball's loose. And it will stay with the Titans. Alves fighting for that one on the low block. It'll stay Titans basketball.
You saw about 3 Titans rise up to try and get that board. That's the kind of effort you like to see.
A full team effort. Taganj, mismatch. Clark on him, gets the friendly roll.
Ooh, once again, the drop step coming in clutch.
Some nice post work from the Titans. They're back up 5, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Samuel Jackson into the ball game for the Blue Wave. Davis, mid-range Jimmy, buries it.
Ooh, tough shot there by Davis.
Davis with the defender right in his eye. Not phased. Makes it a 3-point game.
Davis is the second leading scorer on this Blue Wave team.
Strong move from Alves. Reverse layup won't go. Gets his own miss.
I think if you're Alves in that case, I know you want to get the bucket, but you need to reset in that case.
Blue Wave can tie with a 3. Alves on Mitchell. Into Jackson. He goes to work. Lewis on him. Lefty finish.
What a nice little left jump hook there by Samuel Jackson. No relation to Samuel L. Jackson.
I was waiting for it, Cole. 1-point lead for the Titans. Need a response. Taganj back over to Starks. Into Lewis. Left hand? No. Ball's loose. Brought in by Davis of the Blue Wave. And Florida State Jacksonville will bring it up.
That was a nice shot there by Lewis and a nice effort by Ned, but you got to find a way to get that ball in the bucket.
Mitchell, a little 2-man game with Brown. Starks all over him. Out to Samuel Jackson. Davis, a 3. Short.
And if you're Davis, you got to take a step back and take that 3 and make sure you're behind the line. He still had like half his foot inside the line.
J. Ned goes to work, kicks it out. Lewis steps into a three. Missed.
Lewis was awfully close to a traveling violation there.
Seems like
gets his feet set.
Seems like he just got the left foot, right foot in just in time. Jackson on the low block. Lewis on him. Nice pass into Mitchell all alone for the easy deuce.
An interior dime, and somebody blew their defensive assignment on that last one.
6'1", Jordan Mitchell left all alone below the basket. And that'll give the Blue Wave a 1-point lead, 18-17, 8:40 remaining in the first half. Starks, mid-range floater, gets it.
No net on that floater. That was nice. And Coach Schulman will call himself a timeout.
8:35 left in the first half, 19-18 the score. Titans up 1. And it seems like the bench is making some useful minutes as of late, Cole.
It definitely does seem that the bench has been playing well so far. But when we spoke with Coach Cundiff earlier, he mentioned this Blue Wave team and how tough they have to play. You cannot take them for granted, even if they're not at the place they want to be in this conference.
The Blue Wave currently tied for third in the Mid-Florida Conference, 4-4 in the conference. Mentioned it already that they were able to escape with a victory here the last time these two teams met. A 1-point victory on a buzzer-beating tip-in off of a missed free throw. And as Cole mentioned earlier, it's definitely in the back of the mind of these Titans players. There's some full-court pressure being applied. Mitchell will break it. And he'll pull it out. 15 on the shot clock. Johnny Brown. Dugazan on Mitchell. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Clark. Trapped all alone down low. Davis, pump fake. No. Ball loose. And finally, Polina hauls it in for the Titans. Up ahead to Alves. Strong drive, right-handed finish through the contact.
What a quick first step by Alves.
3-point Titans lead. Nick Alves, the Melbourne, Florida native, gives them 10 points a night off the bench. Johnny Brown. What a play by Ned.
Great defense played by Jonathan Ned there.
Dugazan penetrates. Throws it up for Asifo. But Johnny Brown, some stifling defense.
You got to see a little bit better decision-making there by Dugazan in that kind of a situation. Maybe try and kick it out and find an open man on the perimeter.
Jackson down to Brown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown, lefty floater, no. Asifo with another board.
Way to hang with him by Asifo right there.
Titans slowing things up, setting up their offense. Blue Wave ready to make some substitutions of their own. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dugazan pulls it out. Two-man action with Polina. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Asifo needs a three. Buries the three.
What a shot by Osai Asifo.
A confident shot from the future Division I player in Osai Asifo, who'll be playing in the SEC for the Florida Gators this time next year. You see Asifo switch out on the much smaller Mitchell. It doesn't even seem like he has problems covering guards. 6'8" frame. Jackson with Polina on him, doubled now.
Smart double team.
Brown goes up strong with the left, all around the rim and out.
Ooh, you hate to see that if you're Brown. You get the shot you wanted, just an unlucky bounce.
An unfriendly roll for Johnny Brown.
And
Keeps this game at 6.
And if you saw that last play?
Dugazan, no. Polina pokes it out, but Clark hauls it in.
If you saw that last play, Asifo was everywhere on the defensive end.
Osai Asifo, the heart and soul of this Titans team. One thing you can never question is his effort level night in and night out. He will bring it to the gymnasium. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Davis wanted to get it inside to Clark. Jackson turns it over as some subs being made for the Blue Wave. Loro Natana coming in.
And you see some active hands early there by Jonathan Ned on the defensive end, broken up that last pass and causing the turnover.
Miles Coert checks in for the Blue Wave as well. And Jadarius Eatman comes back in. .5:10 remaining in the first half. Titans up 6. Ned wants one from downtown. Good. Jonathan Ned. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Frank Burnell wants to talk things over with the Blue Wave. 27-18, a 9-point lead, and just an overall confident shot from Jonathan Ned.
Jonathan Ned, he has hit at least 1 3-pointer in the last 9 games. Make that 10 now.
The numbers might not reflect it, but this kid can shoot it at a high rate from beyond the arc, just under 30% on the season from the land great beyond.
And we spoke with Coach, says that he's been shooting it really, really well since Christmas, so the numbers do not necessarily reflect how well he shot it as of late.
Ned, the future Bulldog, will be playing for Coach Tom Crean next season. Him and Starks. Just a couple of the plethora of D1 commits that Coach Schulman has produced during his tenure here at Eastern Florida State College. And it looks like the Titans will remain with the same 5 they had out on the floor. In Nick Alves, Jonathan Ned, Dugazan, Asifo Polina.
You got a nice mix of shooting there on this lineup right here for the Titans.
Full court press from the Titans. Mitchell in trouble, double team, just gets it over to Clark. And they'll pull it out with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Blue Wave get into their offense.
Savvy defense there played by Polina on that last drive.
Here comes Clark. Oh, tried to go over Alves, no good. Dugazan, spin move. Here he comes. Stolen by Clark, ball's loosed. And looks like it was touched last by Florida State College, Jacksonville. It will stay Titans ball. Dugazan inbounds underneath his own basket. 5-second violation called. Turnover for the Titans.
Coach Schulman disagrees. He feels like it was only about 3 instead of 5.
Dugazan felt the same way. Both of them have the same reaction, just kind of putting their hands up and questioning. It was ref Ashanti Burnett on the call. 27-18, Titans up 9. Just over 4 to go in the first half, stolen by Alves, and here come the Titans.
Titans are playing some really good defense on these entry passes.
Alves, a strong drive, offensive foul. Smart play from Loro Natana.
Fouls on number 2, Nick Alves.
If I was Alves, you saw Osifo kind of at the base. You want to try and kick it around to them, around to him, because he had a wide open shot at the basket.
Alves playing in his 28th game. 25th game of the season.
Also, Alves is coming off of a 14-point, 11-board performance from last game. It was his second double-double of the season.
12 games on the year with 10 or more points. Some half-court man-to-man for the Titans. Coert. Over to Clark, now to Mitchell. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Asifo switches over to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to post him up. Over to Natana. 3 seconds on the shot clock, 2 seconds. A rush shot from Mitchell. And a shot clock violation, couldn't find the iron. It'll be Titans ball.
What an excellent defensive stand there played by the Titans, and they have really impressed on the defensive end.
Man-to-man is how the Titans conduct themselves defensively for the full game. As assistant coach Lynn Cundiff told us beforehand, they love to play man-to-man. They love to even stretch the court and try to make it a full-court game. We've seen it multiple times already, Cole.
Yeah. It's been some excellent defense.
Dugazan in the lane. Kisses it off the glass for two.
Nice little hang and hit there by Dugazan.
The crafty point guard. Averaging just under 10 a night. Ned on Cowart. Acifo now on Mitchell. This is one matchup I've loved to watch so far. The bigger forward in Asai Acifo switching onto guards almost seamlessly. As the foul is called on Brian Dugazan, his first, team's fifth. Some substitutions being made for the Blue Wave. Johnny Brown comes back in, along with Eddie Davis as well.
You can see Acifo, he looks like he can guard all 5 positions.
He demonstrated that for us at the JA45 back in January, or July, excuse me, of the summer. Eatman, free throw line jumper, there it is.
Can't let that one go, wide open, and Eatman buries it.
Blue Wave down by 9. As we near the 2-minute mark in this first half of play, for those of you just joining us, I'm Mike Warren, joined by Cole Johnson. Dugazan out to Ned. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Ned hesitates, pulls it, won't go.
His front iron wasn't able to square himself up to knock that shot.
Cowart looking for Eatman on the low block. Polina on him, loses his footing. Quick swing, Johnny Brown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Clark pulls it out. He wants to reset. Cowart, mid-range Jimmy. There it is.
Miles Cowart.
Nice little pull up there by Miles Cowart. You know, the great ones use the mid-range game, Mike.
Cole, you're a firm believer that the mid-range game spaces the floor.
Yeah, it does. It does. It provides a lot of value, despite what analytics guys may tell you.
So we see Dugazan look for the backdoor cut for Acifo once more. Kickball violation called against the Blue Wave. Here comes Starks back into the game. Dugazan will take a breather. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Starks looks for Ned, and another foul is called. And it will be on Miles Cowart. His first, team's fourth. Another inbounds under their own basket. Great pass to Alves, right-handed, no. Acifo, strong board, goes up, blocked. One more time. Good. Acifo with a little flex after that basket.
Oh, see, I think he deserves it after the work he just put in under that basket. Making sure to box out his man, grab the board.
Under a minute to play in the first half. Titans up 9. Ned on Davis. Into Johnny Brown. Ball's loose, but Cowart retains. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brown with Alves on him. To Davis, mid-range jumper. Hard off iron. Titans aren't going to push the 2-for-1 opportunity. They're going to take their time and be selective with this possession. Starks out near midcourt.
Titans not a team that want to rush, don't really run, not really much of a track meet team.
Polina goes to work down low. Johnny Brown denies him. 11 seconds left in the first half. Here comes Clark.
Also great help defense there played by Eatman.
5 seconds left. 4, 3. Davis has to pull it from the top of the key. No good. And at the end of the first half, The score, the Titans 31, the Blue Wave from Florida State College of Jacksonville 22. Some great defense displayed from one of the top defensive teams in all of junior college basketball. The Eastern Florida State College Titans hold the Blue Wave to just 22 points in that first half, Cole.
Yeah, the Titans are only allowing 63.7 points per game this season, and now they've held their opponent today to less than even their average.
It's been an impressive first half. We'll have leading scorers and statistics when we return. Second half coverage from Titan Fieldhouse coming up. Back here at Titan Fieldhouse for this mid-Florida Conference matchup. Second half getting set to get underway between Eastern Florida State College Titans and the Florida State College Jacksonville Blue Wave. Leading scorers at the half, Asaya Sifo for the Titans, 13 points at the half. And for the Blue Wave, Chris Clark with 6. Titans will inbound to start right in front of us. Titans sporting their white home jerseys, the blue trim down the side. Blue Wave wearing the all blue look. Shouldn't expect much less from the Blue Wave to be wearing blue.
I would think so, Mike.
Dugazan sets it up for the Titans. Double team. Polina thought about a 3. Over to Asai. And they double him quickly. Polina, another double team. Polina, corner 3. Down it goes.
Splash down, Polina hits another one. You can't leave that man open from distance. I saw him nailing him in warm-ups earlier.
12-point Titans lead. Clark, Dugazan on him. Both teams return their starting 5s back out for the second half. Davis over Boyer, won't go. Asifo with another rebound.
Both of these teams taking their time to set up the offense. Really not stressing about the shot clock too much.
Dugazan again to Polina. Now to Asifo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Boyer goes to work. Thought about a mid-range, no. Polina from downtown had to get rid of it quick, but rush shot.
Polina catches nothing but air. That's probably something he's not used to seeing.
Coach Shulman coaching up his freshman big man the best way he can, telling him there was more time for a better shot. Blue Wave still down 12. Mitchell penetrates, swatted by Polina.
Great defense by Polina there.
Boyer brings it in. I'll give it to Dugazan to set it up.
We've seen some outstanding defense from both teams in this this game, but especially from Eastern Florida State.
Blocks aplenty. Polina, another 3. Down it goes.
What a dime from Dugazan with a nice little behind-the-back flip, and Polina just drills it.
Johnny Bernard slaps the floor, channeling his inner Duke Blue Devil. Eatman on the low block, looking for Johnny Brown. Nice pass, 2-man game.
Johnny Brown.
You see Osai Osifo still trying to come over for that almost gimme by Johnny Brown. Can never question the effort.
Boyer from downtown, hard off iron. Brought in by Clark. Blue Wave down 13. 17 minutes to go in the second half. Clark wants one from downtown. Good.
Gets it.
3-pointer, Chris Clark.
Confident shot from Chris Clark. He's got 9.
Off of some beautiful ball movement by the Blue Wave.
Cuts the deficit to 10. Dugazan. Mitchell on him. Bernard in the lane. No.
Can't get the bounce, but
Offensive foul called on Johnny Bernard for the push-off. And he'll go back to Florida State College at Jacksonville.
Johnny Bernard checking out for Nick Alves. And you've got both of the leading scorers for the Titans on the floor at the same time.
Alves on Davis, and they try to get it into Eatman. Polina picks up a foul.
Fouls on number 25, Calvin Polina, his first, team second.
It's his first, team's second foul. Eastern Florida State, 2 fouls. to the Blue Waves, none. Johnny Brown, nice look. Over to Clark now in the corner. Down it goes again.
Uh-oh.
Chris Clark catching fire from the land great beyond.
And Coach Schulman has seen enough. I think he was refusing to let Clark get too hot out here.
Spacing was perfect on that sequence from the Blue Wave. Left Chris Clark wide open. Great passing. You saw it from Brown over to Eatman, and then Eatman with the presence of mind to kick it out to Chris Clark, arguably their best three-point shooter on the team, just under 40%.
And Chris Clark, he had 15 points last game. Now he's already up to 12. Done most of his damage from behind that three-point line today.
He had 6 in the first half. He already has 6 in the second half. 2 from beyond the arc. Titans will inbound. Boyer gives it to Starks. He checked in for the first time in the second half. He comes in for Johnny Bernard. Backdoor cut to Alves. Up and under move. Traffic down low. Denied, but a foul called.
If you're Alves, that was a beautiful pass from Starks. Great cut, but you got to try and find a way to get that shot up just a little quicker.
Seemed like Alves didn't realize he had the defender bit on the pump fake there.
Yeah.
Johnny Brown and Eatman on the low block. See Alves bury the first.
And we've seen some remarkable free throw shooting by both teams. I don't think there's been a miss yet tonight.
The great teams make their free throws.
Yes.
They're called free for a reason. Alves, perfect that trip to the stripe. Extends the lead back up to 9 for the Titans. Johnny Brown breaks the press for the Blue Wave. Pace of play increasing a little bit for Florida State Jacksonville.
This team can get out there and run.
Eatman shuffled the feet, travel called. They'll give it back over to the Titans.
Maybe something that breaks the momentum for this Blue Wave offense. They've been seem to be running on all cylinders, and then you get an ill-timed turnover.
Starks. To Boyer. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Acifo. Goes to work. Double team on him. Ball's loose. Acifo on the floor. Foul called. And
Fouls on number 2, Jordan Mitchell.
looks like it'll be on Jordan Mitchell. His second, team's second. Each team knotted up. 2 fouls apiece.
And Coach Frank Brunell is over there on the sidelines, and he was not happy about that call.
He's been very adamant about the calls that have been made the last couple of possessions. He had a word for the official, and then after that call had another word.
Having a full-blown conversation on the sidelines. Making sure the floor isn't slick.
Starks under his own basket. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Starks will pull it out to set up. 9-point Titans lead. Starks, free throw line jumper. Give it to him.
Nails it. Oh, did you see that? That's a mid-range jump shot, Mike.
Spacing the floor effectively was Michael Starks on that mid-range Jimmy. 11-point lead for the Titans. Eatman with Polina on him, goes to work. Won't go. Here comes Starks. Polina.
Maybe got away with a little bit of a shuffle of the feet there.
Polina has proven to be an effective shooter from beyond the arc. He's got a couple of made threes already today.
Real fast closeout by the Blue Wave when he has the ball.
Shot clock under 10, now under 5. Starks thought about that mid-range Jimmy again. Out to Alves for 3, long. Starks fighting for it. It's loose. Mitchell, a run out. Doesn't have numbers. Spin move. Almost swatted by Alves. Strong rebound from Starks, and Titans will get the ball back.
Ooh. That was a breakneck. That was one of the few fast-paced plays we've seen today.
Both of these teams predicating their offenses in the half court. Starks, pretty spin move. Swatted by Eatman.
Eatman said, not today.
Eatman leaves Starks feeling rejected. Here's Eddie Davis. Johnny Brown from dead on. Give it to him.
Hey, the big man can go out and shoot the three. You better watch it.
8-point Titans lead.
Watch out for Johnny Brown. He shoots over 40% from the land of three, so keep an eye out.
Alves, free throw line, Jimmy, all around the rim and out. Ball's loose, Asifo gets it. Fresh 20 for the Titans. Alves goes on the drive. Strong move, denied by Eatman.
Eatman has been a force on the defensive end.
Davis to Brown. Alves with some defense on Brown. Asifo on Eatman in the low block, battling for position.
Nice front on Eatman just there.
Mitchell over to Brown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball's loose. Brown gets it back. Goes to work. And a foul is called.
Alves wanted a jump ball.
Fouls on number 2.
Gonna get called for a foul instead.
That'll be Alves' second, team's third. Brown sinks the first.
Despite some little gamesmanship by this crowd over here.
Some antics.
Some antics is the right word.
From the home fans today. A late whistle. And no, we're not talking NFL football.
Ned and Lewis check in for the Titans, placing Asifo and Polina.
Shulman digs into his bench. Six-point lead for the Titans. Starks, two-man game with Ned. Ned, dribble drive, looks for the kiss off the glass, won't go. And Johnny Brown with another big rebound.
I like that aggressiveness from Ned on that last play, though.
Brown wants to make it a one-possession game, and he does.
Keep an eye out. Johnny Brown can do a lot more than just play inside the post.
Just like that, it's a three-point game. Titans holding on to a three-point lead. Lewis to Boyer. Clark on him. Starks.
Ned probably trying to get that three-pointer back.
J-Ned from the corner. Front of the rim.
Nice box out by Eatman, because Lewis was there lurking for that rebound.
Blue Wave can tie with a three. Johnny Brown, the hot hand. Two on him. Up and under move. Left hand. And good.
Beautiful scoop finish by Johnny Brown.
It's a one-point game as Coach Shulman turns to his bench once more. Polina, Asifo, and Dugazan are getting ready to check back in. Boyer pulls it out. Two-man game with Ned. Drives, kicks out to Alves. Beautiful spin move from Alves.
Ooh,
Doesn't get the friendly bounce. Gets his own rebound. No. One more time.
There
Yes.
it is. Third time's the charm for Nick Alves after a series of gorgeous moves. Sometimes it's just the easy bunny, though.
Lead back up to three for the Titans. Eatman kicks it out. Johnny Brown, another one. No. Clark. Fouled by Starks. Earns himself a trip to the stripe. And a chance to make this a one-point game yet again.
Fouls on number 23, Michael Starks, his first.
Michael Starks gets his first foul, team's fourth. And
Chris Clark to the line.
he's sending an 85% free throw shooter in Chris Clark to the line. He gets the first to rattle all the way around the rim and in. Polina, Asifo, Dugazan back in for the Titans. Ned, Lewis, and Boyer, they'll take a breather.
And Laurel Natana and Samuel Jackson will see the floor for the Blue Wave.
As Clark, perfect that trip to the line.
Still seeing some great free throw shooting by both squads.
First time we're seeing Starks and Dugazan in together at the same time. Dugazan thought about a three, dribble drive, right hand won't go.
Ooh, great dribble drive. Unfortunately, just put a little too much behind that scoop finish.
Blue Wave down one, but a timeout called by head coach Frank Burnell. He wants to talk things over. Didn't really like what he saw maybe in that defensive set. With 10:18 remaining in the second half of play, Titans clinging on to a 1-point lead. And Cole, Johnny Brown has really caught life for the Blue Wave.
Johnny Brown has been doing it inside. He's been doing it outside. As soon as you get him the ball, you have to watch out. He can beat you in so many different ways.
6 double-doubles on the season for Brown, coming off a 29-point, 18-rebound performance and a win against Daytona State on February 1st. Those are video game-like numbers.
Those are the numbers I put up when I play 2K on Rookie.
Good to know. You want to play some 2K after this?
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Awesome.
It has been a remarkably fast-paced second half as compared to the first half.
A lot more up and down flow. As you said, we were talking at the half. It's funny. The first half went by so quick, and we really narrowed it down to the point of both teams, once they get into the half court, they like to work that shot clock down to at least under 10 seconds.
At least under 10.
This action getting set to resume here from Titan Fieldhouse. Those of you just joining us, I'm Mike Warren alongside Cole Johnson for this mid-Florida Conference matchup, the rubber match between these two teams. Davis on the wing, now to Clark. Natana. Davis from downtown, rattles it home.
And that is the first lead for the Blue Wave since the first points of this game.
Since 2-0. A 2-point lead for the Blue Wave, 45-43 the score. Polina from downtown, long. Starks with the rebound.
Polina wanted that three right back.
Alves gets called for the travel, shuffled the feet just a little too quickly there, and the ref will definitely get you when you're wearing those neon pink shoes. They'll see those feet shuffle just a little bit.
From a mile away, he wanted to try and get that rocker step, didn't quite work out. You can hear Polina over here trying to implore his team to lock down on the defensive end.
A ton of maturity from the sophomore center. Ball's on the floor. Davis retains. Mitchell, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Into Brown, turnaround jumper. Off front iron. Rebound by Polina. Asifo battling for it. Here comes Dugazan, pushing the pace. Ooh. Tried to get it into Asifo on the low block. Had Polina at the top of the key. He turns over to us in the broadcast booth with a big smile.
You knew he was open. Dugazan just, unfortunately, just missed him.
Polina, the Netherlands native. Gets it on the low block. Jackson on him. Double team coming. Ball's loose. Stolen by Mitchell. Here come the Blue Wave. Mitchell pulls it out. Didn't see the numbers he wanted.
If you're the Titans, when you see Polina getting doubled like that, you have to either let him know or come across the side to help him out.
What a pass from Jackson to the cutting Brown for the easy deuce.
And Johnny Brown has come alive in this second half.
I wonder what Coach Frank Burnell said to Johnny Brown at halftime, because it's definitely lit a fire under him. He's come out roaring. Starks over to Asifo, thought about it from downtown. Penetrates, but they got him for the walk, the hop step. His feet, one foot touched the ground just a little bit before the other there, Cole.
Yep, they're gonna call that on you every time. It's taken from the LeBron James school of hop steps.
Blue Wave up 4. Clark. Starks on him. To the hot hand, Johnny Brown draws a double team. Mitchell. In and out. Taganj back in for the Titans. Here comes Starks. Titans trail by 4. Home fans getting a little restless.
They don't like being down, period. They're only down by 4. We got a close game. Beautiful pick and roll.
Polina gets the hoop and the harm.
Oh, pick and roll is the oldest play in the book, but it still works to perfection.
There are some trends in basketball that you will just never be able to get rid of. The pick and roll and the pick and pop is one of those plays. Two-man action will just never be distinguished or be extinguished from the game.
No, and that's one of the best things about Polina. You got to keep an eye out for the pick and roll or the pick and pop because he can beat you in the inside or the outside.
Old-fashioned three-point play for Polina. He's fired up. Titans trail by 1. Full court pressure being applied by the Titans. Starks all over Mitchell. The future Bulldog playing like a Bulldog. Shot clock under 10. Mitchell to Brown, pulls it out. Clark to Jackson, 4 seconds on the shot clock, 2 seconds. Has to get one off. Shot clock violation, stifling defense in the half court from the Titans. They'll get the ball back with a chance to regain the lead.
And that defensive possession was clutch for the Titans on that last one.
Seemed like nobody on the Blue Wave was cognizant of the shot clock, as they got it to Jackson with just 3 seconds to go, and shot clock violation, the call. Alves, nice spin move.
Hey, he's been doing it all game long, and now he finally got one to land.
Put him in the spin cycle, Mr. Alves. Nice move. Titans back up 1.
And with that move, he gave the Titans the lead again.
Mitchell, Brown, back to Mitchell from downtown. Hard. Fight for the ball. Jackson gets it back. Foul is called. Nick Alves called for the foul, loose ball foul, in disbelief.
He cannot believe it. And Coach Schulman over there sticking up for his player.
Alves, 3rd, team's 5th. And a warning being assessed to Coach Schulman. Some not so happy fans here at Titan Fieldhouse don't agree with the call.
No.
It's safe to say Coach Schulman is a fan favorite.
I think that's a safe assumption to make.
Schulman in his 10th season has posted over 235 wins. He's been to the national championship tournament 5 straight years, and including 7 straight conference tournament championships in the Mid-Florida Conference.
Coach Schulman has 235 wins under his belt. Quite the resume.
Brown with a CFO on him, left hand. Ooh, in his eye.
What a way to just rise up and take that shot.
Big time players make big time plays. That was it there from Johnny Brown. They needed a bucket, turn to their best player. Blue Waves back up 1. On the seesaw, back and forth we go. Polina, Brown on him. Taganj uses the Polina screen. 3, no. Saved by Polina, ball's loose. Clark hauls it in.
I think Brown actually might have gotten a piece of that 3 there by Taganj.
Brown has been all over the place as a foul is called on the floor. Polina reached in on Jadarius Eatman. Calvin picks up his second foul, team 6. Titans just one foul away from putting the Blue Wave in the bonus for the rest of this game.
That's not something you want in a game this tight.
5 minutes to go in the second half.
You see Osifo all over Brown, determined not to let him get a shot off.
Polina to Eatman. Osifo almost swatted that one. Shot was long. Here comes Dugazan. And he'll pull it out. Set up for the Titans.
Dugazan, real savvy, trying to make sure he doesn't push the ball if he doesn't have a shot.
Shot clock at 10. Dugazan drives. A lot of contact, no call.
I think he was expecting more contact on the ball, so he put a little bit too much behind it.
Blue Wave holding a 1-point lead. Mitchell with Taganj on him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Davis goes to work on Alves. And a blocking foul is called on Alves. It looked like he was in clear guarding position. However, another foul called on Nick Alves, his 4th, and that'll put the Blue Wave in the bonus.
There is 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. That has the potential to have a lot of points on the board. And Coach Schulman just looked absolutely stunned after that last call.
Of course, Coach Schulman's going to have to be very careful. Already assessed a warning. As Nick Alves will take a breather, Johnny Bernard comes back into the game.
Crowd showing their support for Nick Alves, clearly disagreeing with that last call.
As Davis successful on the first of the 1-and-1. Blue Wave up 2, chance to go up 3. And he's perfect. Davis, a 76% free throw shooter. Perfect on that attempt, on those attempts at the line. Blue Wave up 3. Just over 4 minutes to go in the second half. Mike Warren, Cole Johnson on the call. Dugazan going to work, backdoor pass to Bernard. A lot of contact, no call.
What a dime by Dugazan. He's just throwing some absolute dots today.
The vision from Brian Dugazan has been on display all afternoon. Johnny Brown, Osifo, all over him. Great defense from Osifo. Here's Clark. Eatman, right-handed over the shoulder. Taganj shares the rebound with his teammate Osifo and gives it up to Dugazan. Titans trailing by 3. Looking into Asai. Strong move inside. Foul called. Jadarius Eatman.
And Osifo going to the line.
His first, team's 4th.
Eatman picks up his 3rd, team's 4th. We'll send Asai Osifo, the future Gator, to the line. Asai just 65% from the charity stripe on the year. Makes this a 2-point game.
Gets the kind roll off the rim.
And that one, nothing but net. 1-point Blue Wave lead, 51-50 to score. With just a little over 3 minutes to go in this second half of this Florida, this mid-Florida conference matchup. Eatman passes out of the double team to Davis. Drive, Taganj, called for the blocking foul. And Davis will go to the line for 2.
And you saw just on that last play, you see
Foul number
Osifo
14,
dive
Martigage, his
to the
first,
baseline to help defend on that one and then come out and make sure that he's harassing
Kenny Davis to the line.
Davis with the ball all the way out on the perimeter. He's all over the place.
Some good help defense on display from Taganj. Cole, you've said it a number of times. It really feels like there have been minimal to zero missed free throws in this game.
It's been absolutely brilliant free throw shooting by both teams in this game. It's been mind-boggling because both of these teams not great free throw shooters.
Eastern Florida hovers around 70% as a team.
What a dime!
Osai Asifo with the yam. Big time dunk from Osai Asifo. We saw one in the first half. And another one there.
Dugazan has got great court vision, able to find his guys.
It's almost like he can just throw it up there for Asifo and he'll go get it. Davis from downtown. Give it to him. What a response.
That was a big, big shot by Davis.
Type of shot that can take the air right out of the sails for the Titans. Dugazan penetrates. Fancy move and one!
And what a circus shot by Dugazan. Wow. Just flipped it up, put just enough English on it to get it to go.
Dugazan, 5'10", 150 pounds, finishing in high amongst the trees for a tough bucket. And he converts for the old-fashioned three-point play. Starks back into the game for Taganj. Just under 2 minutes to go. It's a one-point game. Cole has the feeling of this, the first time these two teams met in this building this year.
Yeah, it definitely does. But momentum is swinging back and forth between both of these teams today.
Davis, mid-range jumper, buries it.
Late on the closeout.
Davis has been unconscious the last couple of minutes. Stepped right into the middle of the EFSC defense and makes them pay. What a shot.
What Coach Schulman, he after that play, he just roars onto the court. You can't let him get that kind of space. He's the second leading scorer on this Blue Wave offense, so you have to make sure he's always accounted for.
Davis shoots just about the same from beyond the arc as he does from the field, just under 39%. And right now he is on a tear.
Absolutely, he has had one heck of a game so far. Seems in this second half, these Blue Wave offensive players have really shined.
It's clear that their coach, whatever their coach Frank Brunell said to them at halftime, it really kicked in, and it's paying off. Dugazan, two-man game with Polina. Bernard, thought three. Over to Dugazan in the corner, strong drive, pump fake. Denied. And brought in by the Blue Wave.
Eatman, way to stick and not get caught on that pump fake.
1:10 to go in regulation. Blue Wave up 3. Eatman on the low block, foul. Polina. And you see Polina saying, he told me, he told me, he told me. Seems like Coach Shulman knew what he wanted to do, playing a little hack-a-shack here and fouling Jadarius Eatman. Eatman on the season.
Only a 58.4% free throw shooter on the season so far.
So clearly some strategy behind Coach Shulman's tactic.
As he misses that one. And Coach Schulman Looking like he made the right decision on that last one.
Timeout on the floor called by Coach Schulman. 59.9 remaining in regulation. Titans trail to the Blue Wave by 3. Cole, what do you think Coach Schulman's telling his team in this huddle?
He's probably telling them make sure there are no lapses on the defensive end. They've hung their hat on defense today. They've actually held their opponents to less than their average so far. So you just have to keep making plays on the defensive end.
And coming out of this timeout, what do you think he's going to be looking for on the offensive end?
I think that Paulina's got the hot hand in terms of the 3-ball. So if Jonathan Ned isn't in this game, isn't in, I say look for Paulina on probably a pick and pop from the top of the key. And then if they can get it, try and see which one of their team can spread the floor.
Calvin Paulina, 46% from beyond the arc. His team trails by 3. They could use a big 3. Not sure if the Titans will want to do that as FSC Jacksonville with a little timeout of their own. Frank Burnell wants to talk some things over, reiterate the game plan once more to his team. So let's flip the script a little bit. What do you think Coach Frank Burnell is talking about in this huddle?
Well, you have the lead, but no lead is safe. You still have a minute. That is a lot of time left on this clock. So he's probably telling them, make sure you lock down on defense. He's got his twin towers, Eatman and Brown, over there at the bottom. So he's probably telling them, make sure there's no penetration. Watch for the kick out.
Starks to inbound right in front of his own bench. And he'll set it up. Alves back into the game for Dugazan. Starks almost had it stolen. Gets it back. Paulina.
There's that pick and pop.
Bernard. Strong drive, left-handed, and good.
What body control by Johnny Bernard to get that bucket. Wow, that was absolutely amazing.
Another timeout called by Coach Schulman and the Titans. It's a 1-point game. 37.5 to go in regulation. Cole, this one has nail biter written all over it.
All over it. I think I'm already down to the nail beds. I'm wringing my hands. This is such a close game.
The rubber match between these two teams in the Mid-Florida Conference. Series split at 1 apiece. Last time these two teams played here, it was a late tip-in after 2 missed free throws that sent the Blue Wave home with a 1-point victory.
And on top of that, this game does have huge conference implications for the Titans. If they win this game, they have a shot at clinching the conference.
Without a doubt, right now the Titans are tied for first in the conference, have a chance to move into first by half game with a W here today. And we talked with Coach Lynn Cundiff before the game, and one thing he really emphasized was it starts today. We have 4 conference games left. If we want to win out, we really have to strive to win all these games.
And they will be put in prime position if they're able to do that. A full court press being applied here by the Titans.
Brown to inbound, gets it into Davis. 1-point Blue Wave lead. Clark gets it back to Davis and now to Mitchell. Shot clock at 16. Shot clock and game clock separated by 6 seconds. Brown thought about a 3. Boyer on him. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mitchell switches it over. 3 from Davis. Dagger!
Oh my goodness.
Big time shot from Eddie Davis from beyond the arc. It makes this a 4-point Blue Wave lead with 9 seconds to go. Wow, what a shot from Eddie Davis, Cole.
An absolute dagger from Davis that could be the nail in the coffin for these Titans.
So we see Jonathan Ned get ready to check back into this ball game. Haven't seen him all that much in the second half. And Dugazan goes over to the scores table as well. So we'll see. Maybe Coach Shulman probably wants to get his best three-point shooters out on the floor, his best guards on the floor to create some space.
He's probably planning on doing something just like that to try and make sure that this team has the best shot at winning.
EFSC 17-9 on the year, 6-2 in the conference. FSC Jacksonville 9-14, 4-4 in the conference, sitting at third.
Jacksonville looking to play spoiler for Eastern Florida State's conference championship hopes.
FSC Jacksonville is coming off of 2 straight wins against Daytona State and Santa Fe College. Another close win for them against Santa Fe in their last time out, 71-69. Bernard inbounds. Loose ball stolen by the Blue Wave. Davis. All he has to do is hold this one. A turnover, costly turnover there for the Titans. Dugazan unable to handle the inbounds pass. They'll send Davis to the line.
Fouls on number 14, Martigan, his second.
And Coach Shulman you could just feel the air coming out of this gym on that last play.
A costly turnover. And a tale of 2 halves, really, for both of these teams. It seemed like EFSC really established the pace in the first half by, setting up their half-court offense, looking into the post, and then kicking out for timely threes. Second half, just a completely different story. Blue Wave controlling the pace of play. Bernard, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, puts up a 3, no call, and that'll do it. Florida State College at Jacksonville takes the season series 2-1. They come into the Titan Fieldhouse and take this one 63-57. The Titans fall to 17-10 on the season, 6-3 in conference play. The Blue Wave will improve to 10-14 and 5-4 in the conference. A tough loss for the Titans. Cole, ultimately, the play of Eddie Davis is really what drove Eddie Davis and Johnny Brown in the second half. They carried this team to a victory.
Oh, definitely. You mentioned it was a tale of 2 halves, and that the play by both Brown and Davis in this second half really just brought home the win for the Blue Wave.
A completely different player we saw in Johnny Brown following the game, or following halftime. A couple of 3-pointers made to start the second half, went down in the post. He was such a problem at one point that the Titans had to switch Asaya Sifo over to him, and when you call the other team to make your best defender go cover him, you're doing something right.
You're doing something right, but I think you can't really take anything away from the Titans, the way they played. It wasn't necessarily a bad game played by the Titans. I think it was just 1 or 2 plays that maybe it was a small mental lapse or something like that came back and allowed the great players of FSC Jacksonville to establish their will and take the game.
Final score from Titan Fieldhouse. Florida State College at Jacksonville, 63. EFSC Titans, 57. That's all we have this time around. Thank you guys for listening. I'm Mike Warren alongside Cole Johnson. Have a good night.